Hi, this is Mark Wright from Adrian Photography, and today I'd like to share with you some of the advice we routinely give to our clients as we meet them at bridal shows or during a wedding consultation. These 5 points will help you determine the best photographer for your wedding day. The first point, which I think is the most important point, and that is you want to meet and spend time with your photographer prior to your wedding day. The more time you spend with the photographer and they spend with you, the more comfortable you become. And when you're comfortable and they're comfortable, better pictures will happen. One of the best ways to spend time with your photographer is to set up an engagement session. This one-on-one time will allow you to really assess the personality of the photographer and how that fits with you. Your wedding day is a very emotional day. It will be filled with a lot of energy, and you want to make sure that the personality of the people around you, in particular your photographer, complements your personality. You want to make sure that that photographer is a de-stressor and not a stressor during a day which will have a lot of emotion and excitement for you. The engagement session allows you to spend that time with the photographer, and it also allows you to see the quality of their work prior to your wedding day. One added bonus is, for the brides, you can actually test drive your makeup prior to your wedding day as well, which just will take one more thing off of your shoulders. The second point is to make sure that the photographer you select only books one event that day. You want to make sure that you have their full attention for the entire day, regardless of how much time you have booked with them. In addition to that, you want to make sure that they bring energy and passion and all the excitement that needs to be there in order to have great pictures. The third point is no matter how many times the photographer has been to your wedding site or your reception site, you want to make sure that they agree to walk through every place you're going to be during your wedding day within 1 week of your wedding. This allows them to see changes that might have taken place since the last time they've been there. It allows them to see if there's trees or flowers that are in bloom that may not have been in bloom before. And it's very key for them to develop what I call the photo schedule or the photo plan for your day. This way they will know exactly where they're going to be throughout the day and actually have a very good idea of what pictures they're going to be taking. The time between the reception and the wedding is a very critical time. There's a lot of pictures that need to be taken of the families as well as of the wedding party, and by having a clear photo schedule, this will allow that time to be used effectively. The next key is to make sure you see a full body of work from your photographer. All photographers have great pictures that they can show you, as well as books that they can present to you. But what you really want to see is, what does the entire wedding shoot look like? So ask your photographer if you could have access to one of his recent weddings so that you could see all the proofs that were taken during that day. Most photographers have that on a confidential website. Just ask them if they could share that password with you, and that way you could see the full body of work. The final point is to make sure you receive a copyright release from your photographer. With the age of digital files, most of us are receiving files as part of our wedding package. It's important that you get a copyright release which will allow you to take those files to any reputable printing company and have prints made. Many times people don't realize this until it's too late, so ensure that you have your copyright release when you sign your contract. Let me summarize. Here are the 5 key points. 1, make sure that you meet and spend time with your photographer. The engagement session is an excellent opportunity to do that while also seeing the quality of the work prior to your wedding day. Second is make sure that that photographer only has your event booked on that day. That way they ensure they can commit the time and energy needed to make the event successful. The third point is make sure that your photographer agrees to walk through every site where you're going to be on your wedding day. Also, they should provide you with a written photo schedule so that you have a clear understanding of what your day is going to look like. Everything is flexible, but at least starting with a plan will ensure that you maximize your time together. The fourth point is to make sure you see a full body of work from the photographer. This would be the proofs that they would show from a recent photo shoot or a recent wedding. Most of them are listed on their website, and simply ask them for access to view those files. And the final point is make sure you get a copyright release so that you can print your files whenever and wherever you would like. With those 5 key points, you should be off to a great start with identifying a photographer. Now you can look at their work and make sure that their style matches yours and that your day can be just perfect. Thanks. This is Mark Wright with Mark Adrian Photography, and have a great wedding.